Hello, friends. Good evening, good morning, wherever you may be. I'm Cassandra Joan Butler, Asian 56 with the CIA, and welcome to Cosmic Connections. And I apologize for being a little tardy. I usually try to get there right at 8:30 Eastern Daylight Time, but I have good excuse. It's Mercury retrograde today. Is anyone feeling the shift? Mercury went with retrograde around 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. We're going to chat about that a little bit and talk about the astrology of the day. And we are about, a little less than about 10 hours away from the first quarter square. And we love the first quarter square, friends, because it is able to begin to build our lives up again in a more focused way. And, frankly, I felt the shift early today. The shift was just amazing because I kept on feeling the sense of, oh, I've come home. It's Virgo time. And I've got so many planets in Virgo. I'm an honorary Virgo. But you wouldn't know it if you had a camera panning across my room right now, because I'm not always super neat, but I'm always super neat in my mind. So truly, this is a time, friends, to get refocused, redone, reconsidering your organization, because the Mercury is one of the rulers of Virgo, and we're now officially in the Virgo time of the year. Good evening, dear friends. Thank you for being here. Good evening. Good evening. And how are you feeling? Let's see. A question for the week. A lot is happening in the world, so therefore it might be a lot happening in your life. Now, Pluto is still squaring the nodes. We still may be feeling that burning desire to get things rearranged in our lives, the people in our lives rearranged, and not just the mechanics of organizing our life. But so we might be feeling some internal call to action, whatever that might mean for you. And I would be wonderful to hear from you if you're feeling this sense of wonderfully wanting to regroup, reconfigure, redo the template of our lives. And I'm going to bring a chart to show what I'm talking about. Okay. And tough energy last week and this week. Tough means, I think, Janet, I thank you for sharing that. It's like we have to do what's in front of us. And because it's mutable, tough energy, things can change in a dime. I always hesitate to make plans with anyone these days because I'm very, very, very mutable. If I make plans, I don't want to disappoint anybody. I mean, social plans. I'm pretty good with my clients, although sometimes things come up out of the blue, a little have to do thing in the moment. So it's that type of energy. Things can change on a dime. Oh, I'm so sorry, Maria. Oh, big, big hugs to Maria, please, because Maria is one of many animal lovers. Everyone's having a lot going on. I agree, Christy. And please let us know where you're beaming in from. So I appreciate you being here. Hi, Donna, Christine, Deanna. Thanks all for being here, dear friends. And Joanne. I'm very sorry. Yes, Janet is also a lover of our beautiful feline creatures. So there's a lot going on, especially welcome from Melbourne, Australia, Christy, and you're very welcome also to, thank you for sharing, Christine. Sharing is caring. And as we're doing this in real time, if you are so inspired to share this in real time, please do. If you're new to this, what we're doing, we are going to be doing the astrology of the week, focusing on the first quarter square. I always try to bring in some item of interest that fits into our scenario. And then we do spiritual messages, which are mediumistic, psychic messages, because I have mastery in both. All right. So I'm a very analytical astrologer that likes to do research, but I also like to allow my right brain to move forward and give you messages. So without further ado, thanks for being here, Chris from Nigeria. Thank you. Hi, Joanne from Northern Ontario. Very good evening to you all, and thank you for sharing, Donna Lynn. Okay, we're brokenhearted. Sherry, I'm so sorry to hear that. Again, this is a little bit of a community, so please send some loving grace and prayers to Sherry and to our lovely friend Maria as well. And any other kind of prayer and just community focus, we can do that as well. So tonight, let's focus on that first quarter, which is happening, like I said, very much in quick time. And I love the Sabian symbol. So here's the chart. It takes place tomorrow. That's Eastern Daylight Time at 5:57 in the morning. Also want to do a shout out to the Fellowships of the Spirit, because I'm about to suggest to you all, if you are in the Eastern time zone or in the Northern North American continent, or even middle or even the later part of the time zones, before you go to bed tonight, because the first quarter square is happening early tomorrow on the 24th, you might try to program yourself for a dream. And I mention this because I had a wonderful Fellowship of the Spirit gathering this past weekend, and some of you attended, and I thank you. We talked about dreams and use Carl Jung's archetypes and combine them with the astrology. So thank you for supporting fellowships and for having an interest in my work. I have no immediate classes coming up, but I like to remind you that next May, we are sailing, friends, to Alaska. So if you're interested in going on an Alaskan cruise with some stellar astrologers like Sam Reynolds and Patricia Bell, myself, and mediums, Mind, Body, and Spirit Cruise, May 17th of 2024. Back to the present here. I should probably turn my phone off. The Sabian symbol is white-capped waves display the power of the wind over the sea, rhythmic intensity. And so whenever we see this particular Sabian symbol of the moon tomorrow, that is suggestive of, I think, mind over emotion. If we interpret wind or air as the air signs, especially the Gemini and Libra and Aquarius energy, and the sea as the water energy, which has to do, of course, with emotions, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. To me, again, these are all symbols, so please interpret as you will. These symbols give us a little bit of a foreshadowing of the week ahead. So the week ahead is about rebuilding some aspect of your life, especially in the mutable signs, especially regarding literally the rhythms of your life. You know, all of the mutable signs, Gemini, Sagittarius, Pisces, and Virgo, they depict energies within our physical bodies that work on rhythm. The rhythm of breathing, Gemini, the rhythm of digestion, Virgo, the rhythm of movement, which is Sagittarius, and the rhythm of the lymphatic system, which is Pisces. So all of the mutable signs within our own charts, within the context of astrology, is all about rhythm. And intensity is the symbol that's coming up here. So that could be also an explanation for some of the intensity in our lives that we're feeling, we're observing out there in the world. So first of all, the moon is going to be squaring Saturn, all right, with this lunation. And we all know what that might mean. Saturn is the grumpy old man, is the sign and the planet of reconstruction and authorities. And of course, what are we seeing across the planet? All eyes are on Hawaii, as our hearts have been broken for the people there, and all of the absurdities and the horrors of that horrible event. And we can talk about, you know, the sirens not going on properly. We can talk about non-preparedness. We can talk about the words or lack of response from the federal government. We can talk all about that, but mostly our words can be channeled to that place in the planet that needs our attention and our prayers. So the moon squaring Saturn also shines a light of disregard to the authorities in our lives, asking us to be our own authorities. Saturn is opposite the sun, and the moon is opposite Sedna. So that forms what we call a grand square that's mutable. Anytime we have a grand square, think in terms of a platform for us to make some changes within our lives. And I see this platform rebuilding the paradise of the sea. You probably are very aware that Sedna is the goddess of the sea. There's a fabulous story, many mythologies connected with her as being the princess that was destroyed by her own father, the patriarchy symbolically. So Sedna, the goddess of the sea, is part of this grand mutable square. Eris, which is, of course, anger and chaos, is conjunct the North Node. So that might be very strong within our own charts where we find Aries or Libra, or we might be seeing the chaos out there in the world as well, the path that we're trying to take. But ultimately, with Pluto squaring the nodes, there's our lovely Pluto making a very tight square to the north and south nodes. And we're going to be living with that for a while. I'm going to say, it's back. It's back. Some of the fear, terror, and discomfort about concerning power, manipulation, and control, and its many forms. Power, manipulation, and control. The hallmark of 2020, that it was entering the age of the CV, right? The crisis of the virus, and everything that had the fallout of that too. It's not just about the virus. It's Pluto-Saturn conjunction. And anytime we have Pluto messing with our nodes on the 11th hour of Pluto still being in Capricorn, we know that there's some intensity that's going to be coming into its wake for all of us, Okay, so I'm just looking at the comments. Bring on Pluto. Hello, Ryan. It was great to see you down at Lilydale. Yes. Hi, Debbie. Good evening, everybody. All right. It's nice to see you all. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not sure for what platform you're all seeing this, but I appreciate you being here. So keep in mind words, that Sabian symbol, the white caps of the waves, of the wind, directing the waves. So words are very much on our minds this upcoming week. So I'm kind of late to the party. I'm sure some of you are familiar with Oliver Anthony. That's a stage name, but he is, wow. Whatever your feelings about his music, whatever your feelings are about the message of his music, you got to give him a huge round of applause for being a breakthrough artist. A guy strumming the guitar one day and then the top of the Billboard 100 the next day. An amazing story. I'm trying to get his chart, by the way. I'm sure there's going to be some detectives out there who can help me find his chart. All we know is that he was born in June. So anyway, I'm playing around with the chart, but keeping in mind, if you are familiar with this amazing young person, Oliver Anthony, look at the words he uses in the number one tune across the planet. Living in the New World with an old soul, these rich men north of Richmond, i.e. in Washington, Lord knows they all just want to have total control. Gee, shades of Pluto. Want to know how you think, want to know what you do. And they don't think you know, but I know that you do. Anyway, I can't sing. But are you familiar with this amazing story, Cinderella story, as it were? So on 8/11, it reached number one on the US iTunes chart. A very impressive feat, they say, at least for an artist who's never had any other traction ever. In August of 20, this is from Wikipedia. He debuted at number one in the Billboard Hot 100, making him the very first artist to debut atop the chart without any prior charting history in any form. Wow. Let's bring the astrology into this, okay? Apart from his chart and him as a messenger or not, we know this. His Saturn was opposite the Venus star point. We don't know what his birthday was exactly. Sources say he was born sometime in June, right? And so keeping that in mind, he has the Venus star point we talked about last week and the wonderful Cosmic Intelligence Agency that's been doing research and presenting wonderful webinars to you about the Venus star point. So it was opposite his Saturn. Saturn is career, Saturn is success, Saturn is authority. He's being called I don't know, a spokesperson for the people. But in any case, on 8/13, if you look up in his bio, he had this amazing breakthrough concert. That was Venus Star Point, friends. So what were you enjoying on 8/13? So check them out and see if you like them or you don't like them. It's totally your call. But we're talking about words tonight. Meanwhile, Mercury is retrograde as of today. What were you doing today at 4 p.m.? I'm going to do a little transparent storytelling here. I did a terrifically appropriate Mercury retrograde event at 3:59 today. I changed my name. Yep. I got around to finally changing my name legally. I put it on the back burner for 30 years, and I finally did it. I went to Social Security office, and I signed away that ex's name that was attached to me. We haven't been married since the last time Saturn was in the sign of Pisces, which is 30 years ago. But I realize now I was in the office at 3:59 today when I got my maiden name back. So I've been using my maiden name, socially and even legally with my license and so forth, Butler, don't forget Butler. But somehow the Social Security people thought I still was attached to the X. I thought that was pretty funny. That happened at Mercury retrograde. So Mercury retrograde isn't a bad thing at all. Mercury retrograde helps us to redo, reconfigure. And, even something that's been going on and not been going on for 30 years. So look at the Mercury retrograde at 21 degrees of Virgo in your chart. Don't be superstitious about it. It can be very positive for you to undo or redo something you've been hanging out and should have been done, in my case, 30 years ago. Okay. Thank you, Donna Lynn, reclaiming your maiden name. And I've been using it. I didn't even know that, Shelley. Isn't that fun? My mail comes to Butler, but it's official, and it went official, Shelley, at 3:59 today. Isn't that funny? Okay, you just left the bank to fix a problem. It was a good outcome. Great. We're getting some great Mercury retrograde stories. Oh my gosh. Yes, you did sign that, Kim. Yep. Isn't that fabulous? Okay, baby shower. Truth is spoken, respond to it. You haven't heard of him. Joanne, look him up. I think you might enjoy his music. Oliver Anthony. Yep. Okay. So, my friends, that is what we're talking about. This Mercury retrograde goes retrograde until 9:15. It goes back to 8 degrees of Virgo. In the meantime, take a look at your chart. Wherever you find Sagittarius, Virgo, Pisces, and Gemini, that's going to be affected by the Mercury retrograde. As I confess to you, I'm an honorary Virgo, so I'm really excited. The sun's in Virgo today, but I'm also excited that these energies are affecting my chart in different ways. I'm all fired up. I'm putting together some great programs and workshops for this upcoming fall. So stay tuned, and please, if you have not yet signed up on my newsletter, please do so, because I'm going to be doing some live events and some Zoom events, which I think might be of interest to you all. Alrighty, so thank you for being in the room here tonight, and I appreciate you sharing, because sharing is caring. Okay, thanks, Kim. Isn't that funny? I just happened to do that. I've been wanting to do that forever. When you reach a certain age, Social Security wants all your, I's dotted and your T's crossed properly. So I'm of that certain age. In any case, friends, let's do some spiritual work, some psychic work. But before we do that, I'm going to pick on our drawing a person who's going to win the Lunar Lights Club. That's for a month. You're welcome to all join. It's a specialized service where you get every month videos and personalized horoscopes based on your chart. All right, so the winner tonight for sharing is Carrie Watson. Hello, Carrie. I don't see you in the room tonight, but I know you very well, and I got a giggle. This is so appropriate. You guys have no idea. So Carrie, you are the winner tonight. Yay, rah. And I appreciate you sharing this. I think Carrie's already a member of the Lunar Lights Club, so I'll have to do something else special for you, and I will. If you're already a member, you'll get something special, Carrie. All right, please close your eyes. No, I close my eyes. Your eyes can stay open. I'm going to pick a couple people for our reads tonight. And again, I thank you for being here. Dear God, please allow me to serve. Please allow my words be filled with love and light, truth, inspiration, and healing for the highest and best as we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay, let's see who I picked here. Donna Lynn. Donna Lynn? Yeah. Donna Lynn, I picked you, my dear. All right, Donna. And you're here and you'd like a read. Let's tune in. Just say yes, Donna. I just have your permission, please. Okay. Okay. Yes, Donna. As I am tuning into your energy tonight, my friend, I want to say that the first thing I'm seeing is almost like a spreadsheet that you're maybe organizing a lot of different details in your financial and your practical life. And you're putting things in order, but the word comes to mind, a spreadsheet that's on the wall. So you might even have a visual charting that you're trying to get everything organized in your life. And it's been going on for a couple of weeks, but things haven't been moving the way you want it to move. And as we go through the next couple of weeks during this Virgo cycle, give yourself a big kudos that you're finally taking some legal papers, some ordinary, everyday papers, and putting them in order once and for all. I'm feeling a father energy around you as well, Donna. I'm not sure this is your actual bio father. I believe it is. And he's coming through, and this is what he's trying to say to you. He's trying to say to you this, that he left some things undone before he passed, and he wants you to don't do what he says, not what he did. And he's not saying, necessarily, oh my gosh, you have to put your affairs in order. He's not saying that per se, but he's saying that it gives someone peace of mind. He was a great procrastinator when it comes to paperwork and these types of I guess, practical adult things. And he's shining brightly and with great love and affection because you're doing exactly what you want to be doing to give yourself peace of mind. And the other thing he's saying is something to do about, I'm not sure it's from him. It might just be a thought you have about the holidays, this upcoming holiday time. Late December, early January, whether it be a trip or doing something very, very different with loved ones, but maybe also going to visit loved ones in a different, celebrating in a different way. And it's going to be very meaningful to you because you've been needing and talking about this for a while. And okay, it might be your grandfather. Thank you, Donalyn. And the other thing is about, again, the holidays. Might be doing something very different, including some sort of travel, which has not been in your immediate radar, but doing something very different, which gives you a lot of joy. And I leave that with many blessings. Okay. All right. Okay, good. Thank you, Donalyn, for that validation. We'll do another little read here. And I want to make just a comment here. Sometimes when I'm doing this type of mediumship in this type of venue, very often the reads might resonate with someone else. And please take them as such as well, because these are kind of generic. But, I'm just trusting what comes through. I call it my right brain. All right. The other person I have today, maybe a grandfather. Okay, good, Donalyn. All right. So our other read here is Cindy West. Cindy, as I'm coming into your energy pattern tonight, you said you would like a read. I'm getting a snapshot of you. I don't know. Did you have really curly hair as a child? Like short, curly, almost like Shirley Temple type? Were you very precocious? I'm seeing you through the eyes of a mother and you as a very young child, and very active, very precocious, and entertaining, like finding joy in maybe play acting or singing or dancing or something along these lines, but I'm with your mother's energy, and I'm seeing you as this precocious young child having fun. And the message from your mother's energy would be something like this: you know how to have fun. You have to factor it in right now, because there's some anniversaries or some memorial dates that are coming up this fall, which make you a little sad. But just make the plans and follow through. Your mother is really applauding you for finding joy in the small things, Cindy. Yes. And the other thing is, I would say, I'm getting some new wardrobe that you're also exploring with new colors, new styles, and dressing yourself or presenting yourself in a different way, and also throwing out some old clothing, which brings back memories which you no longer want. So that is the essence of the redo of Cindy in the upcoming weeks. The fall is going to be very, very fun for you, especially around the eclipse of October 13th this year. There's like a stepping out and doing more things with more people. And now, is that absolutely true? Okay, good. Um, Very good. Thank you, Joanne. Oh my gosh. Hi, Angie. Joanne, love you. See, Joanne, with her Virgo-ness, keeps me on task. Let's do all the signs. We have to leave the best for last here. Okay. So I hope that made sense, Cindy. And of course, let's do the signs. We can't leave you without that. So remember, we're looking at 1 degrees of Sagittarius. And the 1 degrees of Sagittarius. Okay, this is Cassandra looking embarrassed because she wrote everything out and she doesn't have her notes. So I'll just wing it. I'm telling you, it's Mercury retrograde. When in doubt, blame Mercury retrograde. Look for 1 degree of Sagittarius in your chart. And when you look for that, you're looking for the idea of words over emotions. So, get that Eckhart Tolle book off your shelf and start reading the now. And that's a good lesson for us during these word filled times. We're going to start with Sagittarius, okay? So Sagittarius, this is a great week for you to rebuild so many things in your life, to use your wisdom, your humor, your laughter to rebuild a platform for yourself. As we have our Capricorn people, this is a great week for you to go undercover, to go within, to meditate, to pray, to reestablish a routine so you can connect with your spirit self and your spirit guides, and also your dreams. For Aquarius, what a wonderful week for you to reach out and touch with your friends, with your social groups, make some plans that involve other people. For Pisces, this is a great week to restructure, because that's what a square is. It's a structuring time, your hopes and dreams for your career, for our 6, 5, 4. Okay, great. So that's Aquarius. Pisces is career. Aries, this is a great week for you to make plans to expand yourself, perhaps do some traveling or some writing or speaking your truth with authenticity. Taurus is a great week for you to step into your financial dealings, taking care of money, long-term financial power, and also psychological power. Gemini, a great week for you to take care of your partner, to be a good partner. If you don't have a partner, you might visualize the type of partner you would like to attract into your life. For Cancer or Cancer rising, it's about taking pain and planning a new way of taking care of your health, exercise, eating more nutritiously. For our Leos or Leo rising, this is all about fun and playfulness and creativity this upcoming week. Really give it a good template of rebuild. And last, no, not least, We're going to Virgo. Virgo is about home and family, retooling that, and restructuring for our wonderful Libras, how we are working when we are speaking and how we're organizing our life. That's for the Libra or Libra rising. Scorpio, attend to your income. How are you making your money? How are you putting your superpowers into creating more abundance into your life for Scorpio? And then we end with Sagittarius. It's easy to end at the beginning. Sagittarius, all eyes on you this week, because that lunation is asking you to really take your wonderful wisdom, creativity, and humor and really push it through with other people. All right. Thank you, dear friends. You just got rid of 80% of your closet. That's really fun, Joanne. But that's very, very healing, I believe. Linda, nice to see you. All right. Thanks you guys for coming tonight, and we'll see you next week. Next week, we'll be talking about the full moon. So get prepared for psychic awareness for us all in the light of the full moon. And again, many blessings and have a beautiful week. Bye now.